Folks, and welcome back to the Average Movie Review Podcast. Just finished watching Daredevil episode 7. Oh my god, that was a really quick episode, but it was a very sad episode, never the least. I don't even know where to begin, to be quite honest. The show is just absolutely phenomenal, man. I hate the fact that we have to get like 10 episodes per season. I don't like that about TV anymore. I wish we would get 22 episodes per season because it's just like it's too long in between seasons, and like there's so much to unpack per episode, and there's so much crammed into one episode. Now, that's not saying that there's any issue with the pacing. Like, it's not like some things are taking more time than others. It's just that, like, you don't really get to I don't think you really get to enjoy and take it in because there's so much happening. So you kind of have to like enjoy it as it is, right? Like, ugh, I don't even know where to begin, man. This episode was just so good. Fisk's little interaction with Karen, Karen standing up to him, Fisk almost killing her, but realizing that there's a better way to handle the situation to make Matt look terrible and to make vigilantes look terrible, letting her go, and putting Matt in such a tough position where even if he tries to break out Karen, then he's just going to look like the bad guy regardless because of what Fisk did, right? The little interaction between him and Jessica, absolutely amazing. Again, it's literally maybe a 3-minute scene, but there's so much depth in both characters in that 3-minute scene. Just the little back and forth between them, the introduction of Cherry to Jessica, all of that, it just fits so well, right? And it makes it feel like it's a shared world, like I'm just happy to see Jessica Jones back in it again. I don't know if we'll ever get another season for it, but it's just really nice to see. Or actually, did they announce that they might be doing another season? I don't know if they did, but I can't remember. But it's just nice to see that these characters aren't being wasted. Whether they show up for one full episode or a half episode or even 2 minutes in an episode, it's just nice to know that they're still out there and they're cared for at the end of the day. And then, you know, him meeting, or giving Bullseye that one mission to, tip the scales, him finally kind of forgiving Bullseye, but realizing like he needs to move on from this. This has been holding him back. And then being the dramatic ass that he is, entering into the court, like, you know what I mean? Like, all of this, it's just so perfectly timed, but it's just so much happening all at once. And it's like, bruh, like, I just want to enjoy every moment, but you can't because you're enjoying the next moment and then you're enjoying the next moment. You get to really take in every moment. Even like the little scene between Jessica and Charles, again, phenomenal scene, right? Like, Jessica, and then we get a little hint of Luke Cage. Where is Luke Cage? We know that he works for Charles. We know that he's abroad now. Like, there's little pieces of the puzzle being fit in again. Like, like everything is coming together again. So like moments like that, like, it just works so well for this TV show. But I just wish that if they had extended it to maybe a 12 episode, 13 episode, maybe even a 15 episode season, we get to enjoy these moments and savor them for what they are. But moving on forward, like the little court scene, phenomenal job there, putting everybody on trial, doing all of that. Him, giving us a little bit of that taste of the court that we haven't seen in a very long time. Because this whole season has kind of been action packed and mostly just focused on Daredevil. Whereas I guess like the first season was focused on Matt Murdock in that sense, right? And then the little tease of Karen versus Muse that's going to happen probably in season 3, where Dr. Glenn comes in, meets with her, starts beating the shit out of her. Like, it gives us a tease, and you get to see Muse in the background as well. And then the biggest one is Buck and Daniel. A big moment there. Daniel choosing to give up BB, but then choosing in the last second to be like, no, I can't do this. This is not who I am. It's it is kind of true to his character because he could have gave up BB at any point, but he didn't. Right? He kept her safe, and he's not like that bad of a guy, but he's still not that great of a guy either. But he's like kind of in the middle of his morality, and giving himself the opportunity to make things right by letting BB go, right? And then facing Buck on his own, full well knowing that he will 99% of the chance most likely will not make it out of there alive. and it's just, it's a nice redemption arc. It's a nice arc in that general for his character. That whole last 2 minutes of, Matt praying to God and asking for, strength and to watch over him, Jessica showing up, Karen smiling knowing that she got into, under Glenn's skin and stuff like that, and then Buck deciding whether he's going to shoot Daniel or not. And then Daniel giving that speech like, you don't have to follow orders anymore, or these orders going to get you, and stuff like that, right? And I honestly, for a second, thought maybe Buck would just shoot, and then he would be like, I never want to see you again. Get out of town, get out of the city, get out of this country, don't ever come back. But he didn't. He shot him, and it's a very sad thing to see, because you could tell Buck didn't want to do this, because Buck actually enjoyed Daniel's company. I think he liked Daniel a lot, and it's just sad to see that, we lost a really good character. I think Daniel could have been a huge character throughout the upcoming seasons, but unfortunately, they had to do something big, and I guess this was one of those moments. And it was, again, it landed. Don't get me wrong, it landed perfectly, but I just feel like he could have lived, and I really wish. A part of me kind of wishes that, Bucks let him go, but then a part of me is also kind of happy that they didn't go down that route, because it happens way too often where, the villain kind of doesn't, you know, do what he's supposed to do, and then, like, there's like a little bit of a redemption, or there's a little bit of like a moment of hope for them. But like in this case, there isn't. Like, you do feel bad for him, but you also realize like this guy is bad to the core. He still took the shot at the end of the day when he didn't really have to. He could have let Daniel go. But yeah, man, solid episode, really good. I'm excited to see what next week's is. Next week is the finale, and then I believe we have the Punisher special. So I don't know how they're gonna end this, where this is going to end off at. I'm super excited. Let me know what you guys think about the episode, how you guys felt, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a wonderful day, guys.